Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Hey, Trojan family, what's up? Welcome to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB Network. I'm your host, Ryan Dybert. Thank you, as always, for making this a part of your day. Two quick re-signings. We haven't seen the hourglass in quite some time, obviously, with the holidays, the bowl game, the new year. A lot of other news going on. Transfer portal, still DC, unknown as of this recording. But two more re-signings, and both on the offensive line. I kind of have been talking about, hey, the four, since Elijah Page announced the re-signing, there was really just four left on the offensive line that we were waiting to see. And we now have clarity on three of those. So this morning, before the re-signings were announced, Alex Payne, 2025 offensive tackle, one of the top recruits in the 25 class. Unfortunately, and this obviously with the two re-signings coming the same day, seems like this was whether it was mutual or USC's decision. But Alex Payne announcing he will enter the transfer portal. And hours later, USC announcing they have re-signed both Elijah Vaikona and Aaron Dunn. So all three of those guys were tackles in the 2025 class. Two will return, one will not. I think from what we saw, obviously didn't really see much of them play, obviously, but from what we saw in fall camp, from what we talked to with coaches, from what we saw on the depth chart, while he was the lower ranked player, only 3-star versus 2 4-stars, Elijah Vaikona was clearly the guy that USC had already seen develop quicker and was seen to have, I don't want to say a brighter future, but a more impactful future immediately, if that makes sense. I mean, Elijah Vaikona was on the 2 deep depth chart as the backup right tackle to Justin Tawanu'u, and was on the 2 deep in the bowl game as the backup left tackle or right tackle. And so he was clearly in the future plans. His size is unbelievable. He's a mammoth. I watched him in fall camp. We got to see some of practices, and you could see like this guy has it for a left tackle, being able to lock down guys, being able to have the size. The big key with him was going to be more technically, how technically sound he could get, and his endurance. At that size, like how much endurance do you have to go 60, 65 plays a game on the offense side of the ball and play at that elite level? So as long as he gets that endurance continued to go, which obviously the staff believes he will, he certainly has the size and the skill set that he can just continue to improve technically to become a future potential bookend left tackle. And what's great with him as he can develop, because Justin Tawanu'u and Elijah Page both re-signed, they should be the foreseen, obviously you want to always have open competition, but they should be the foreseen starters heading in the next year at both tackle positions. So then whoever's after them is really has time to develop. And obviously if injuries happen, God forbid, then you get kind of thrust into that spot. So love the Elijah Vaikona re-signing. Been high on him since they signed him. I thought he was a really underrated recruit coming out of Santa Margarita. You just see, you can't teach size. And so with him, it was about how quick he could be with some of the fast rush ins and how technically sound he could be and the endurance, and all those things seem to be trending in an upward direction. So love that re-signing. Aaron Dunn out of Utah, another big recruit that USC was able to get in the 25 class. Love his prospects. Obviously didn't see much of him, but he's got the great size, and he's got that 4-star pedigree of being a guy that they think can continue to develop. And it must have probably came down, in my opinion, when you just look at the numbers game, like I always talk about, when you look at the tackles coming in, when you look at the tackles that are already back, and you look at the 3 that were outstanding with Vaikona, Dunn, and Payne, it probably had to just choose 2 of the 3 when you look at the numbers game. I don't know if they were ever going to bring back all 3 with all the new ones coming in. So I don't have any intel on this. It must have just came down to the staff preferring Dunn over Payne, and knowing probably too, both those guys were probably higher on the NIL charges just based on where their recruiting started. And so you're going to have to free up some NIL for them to go after someone else, maybe in the portal. And so obviously it looks like, based on what I'm assuming, again, maybe it was Payne's decision. I don't know. I don't want to totally put it on all that, but just kind of reading between the lines, feels like USC kind of chose Dunn over Payne, and Payne will go and be a very good player somewhere. He's got a very high upside, and wish him absolutely nothing but the best, as we do with all Trojans that are Trojans for life after playing here at USC. So the last O-lineman that we're kind of waiting on, that basically feels like a foregone conclusion that he will be gone, maybe out of college football, I don't really know, is Alani Noah. We've been saying for a while, I have no idea what's going on with him. He's the one guy's name I haven't heard on anything, leaving or staying, draft or portal. And, there's other reports out there now that he's kind of just disappeared from the team. Hasn't been at practice. Hasn't been returning calls or communication. Didn't show up obviously to the bowl game. Hasn't entered the portal. Hasn't obviously told USC he wants back. I mean, would he be welcome back now if you kind of just disappear from your team? So really, most importantly, hope he's okay. I mean, that is far more important than the 2026 football season. This is a young man that, suffered some immense loss in his personal life, and you just wish nothing but the absolute best, and you hope his teammates and his coaches, first and foremost, just wrap their arms around this young man and say, hey, we don't care about football. What do you need as a person? If it is something like that, which usually when someone just kind of goes AWOL or disappears, it's probably some personal stuff going on. So again, not going to sit here and assume what's going on. Just know from his past, did suffer a lot of personal grief off the football field within family structure. And so just absolutely most important, thoughts and prayers, and hope he's okay. And I really just hope his teammates and his coaches put their arms around this young man and make sure he is good first and foremost, regardless of what he decides to do with his football future. So anything we hear, we'll let you know, but it definitely feels like his time playing at USC is probably done. And who knows even what the future of just him playing football anymore looks like. And so we'll see, but hey, wish nothing but the best. So there's your latest updates. 2 big re-signings with Vaikona and Dunn, literally and figuratively. One fairly big loss with Payne, just in terms of upside, but wish him nothing but the best. And then we'll see anything else. There's still obviously 2 big defensive signings we're waiting on, Alex Graham and Jade Abasiri, and obviously the big Husan Longstreet re-signing we're waiting on to see if that officially comes to fruition, and probably, maybe most importantly, the defensive coordinator. So we got you covered, everything here at USC LAFB. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll be with you all through the news every day, all day. Appreciate you, family. As always, fight on. Hey, Trojan family, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the USC LAFB show. Before you go, let me tell you quickly about our friends over at Sleeper. Go right now, download the Sleeper app. It's the #1 sports app, not just for season-long fantasy, but they've got live pickers, they've got live stat updates, they've got a chat you can chat with other users, plus the daily pick'em, which is a blast, or daily fantasy, whatever you want to call it. You go and pick 2 to 8 players across any sports. If you're talking USC, go choose Jade Mayava in his next matchup. Pick more or less passing yards, more or less touchdowns. You stack those, and you can win real money. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code USC LAFB. You're going to get a match deposit up to $100. Put in $100, you get $100 free to play with from Sleeper. Put in $10, they'll match you that $10, so now you're sitting at $20 to play with. But also, right now, for any new users, no deposit required. You get $20 free entry. You can stack both. You can get the $20 for free. Go make a deposit. Use USC LAFB, and now you've got a bunch of free money to play with right there on the Sleeper app. Check it out, Trojan family, and when you do, tell them the guys at the USC LAFB sent you.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.